Now then, do you believe in angels? Diana Cooper didn't until about 20 years ago. She was having a difficult time going through a divorce, and one day she slumped into a chair and cried out for help. She says her cry was answered by angels, an experience which she claims changed her life for the... She's here now. It's lovely to see you.
Hello.
I had a friend. We had a friend, Karen Keating, who believed in angels. She was a devout believer in angels.
She was wonderful.
And what was
lots of times.
Extraordinary at her funeral, a lot of people talked about her belief in angels, and we all went for a drink afterwards. And one of the guys who went to the funeral called white feather outside, which was astonishing.
Feathers are symbols of angels, and you can look into the sky and see a white feather in the sky, a cloud. And you can see them in the grass, you can see them everywhere. My house is an angel portal, and there are always white feathers in the garden because
what does
angel
portal mean?
Well, angels use my house to come through into the vibrations of Earth.
So they have some sort of magical doorway through the vibrations.
Because of the vibrations there.
Tell us about the moment 20 years ago when you believed.
I had no spiritual, no psychic, no religious background, and I was in total despair. And I just threw myself into a chair and said, is there anything out there? And you've got 1 hour to show me. And this beautiful golden angel came in, who was about 6 foot tall, and took me on a journey and showed me my future. And so there was this little wimpy me, very thin, unable to do anything, with no confidence whatsoever, being shown that I had to go out onto the stage and start talking about spiritual things.
Weren't you terrified?
No. Because, and incidentally, my angel card today was faith, because it all felt right. And I trained to be a healer and a therapist, and then I started working with people. And then, many years later, they helped me to write books. Then they came back, and they said they wanted me to introduce people to angels. I thought, this is the last thing I want to do. People will think I'm crazy. However, I did it, and I wrote my first book on angels, and then they kept coming back with more information and asking me to do more things.
So you have several angels, do you?
I have always lots of angels around me, as well as my own individual angel. Everyone has a guardian angel, so that your angel never stops loving you. So however you're feeling, your angel is also going to be with you, holding the highest possibility for every situation, holding your life mission for you as a vision. And then they will whisper it to you and try to conduct you onto that pathway.
Do you have to ask for help?
If you want help, you have to ask, because under spiritual law, they can't help you because you have free will to make a complete mess up of your life if you want to. If you ask, they'll come in and they'll smooth your pathway. Things as simple as finding you a parking space. But remember to say thank you. And what people do is they ask for something and then they don't say thank you. Whereas spiritual law says that if you ask, then you say thank you when you receive. If somebody asks you for things and doesn't say thank you, you don't want to give anymore. And of course, the universe is the same.
And is it your guardian angel that's providing these
Not necessarily your guardian angel, but other angels as well, and of course the archangels are coming in now helping us very much.
Because we have there are levels of...
Lots of levels of angels, yes.
Ranks of them.
Yes, and they're just higher frequency angels.
And the archangels are busier now than they've ever been?
They are. There are many archangels specifically helping people because so many more people are looking towards angels, raising their frequency and ready to help the planet.
And I think we'll jump straight onto the phones because we've got a call from Michael who's in Leicester. Right. So hello Michael, are you there?
I am there.
Hi. So when was it your daughter fell into the pond?
About 3 weeks ago.
Only 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And she's 21 months old.
Yes, Isadora.
And so tell me what made that unusual for you.
Right, I found Isadora in our large, deep pond, which is fenced off, and somehow she got through. My little boy had come in and said she's not in the garden. I went out and looked, and the first place I looked was in the pond, and there she red-eagled in the pond, face up, about 5 feet from the bank. But in those limbo seconds before you as you see and then react, it was a really strange feeling. She was looking at me, and it was a really very, very strong feeling that the hand was beneath her, holding her up. It was really very, very strange.
So how deep was the water underneath?
About 5 foot.
5 foot of water. And she was almost unnaturally light in the water, was she?
Yes. Oh, yes. It was quite incredible. Yeah. I got her out, banged her on the back, get some water out. What I thought water was in her, but when we got to hospital, gave her to my wife, and she was blue at this time, and made her warm and everything. Got the ambulance, got to hospital. But the amazing thing was that the doctors could find no water in her body, no water in the lungs, no water in her body anywhere.
Oh, strange. And she couldn't have fallen in face up, could she?
Well, no,
I mean,
exactly.
No.
I think it's a case of a guardian angel.
Mm. And she's all right now, Michael, yeah?
She's fine now, yeah, but
good.
it was just an amazing it was a horrifying experience,
Yes,
but those milliseconds were quite amazing.
So why would an angel protect one child and not another?
Because we come in with a contract when we come into life, and if your contract is for a short period, then you pass over. But this, obviously, it wasn't her time to go. And as I was listening, or just before I started to listen, I picked a children's angel card for her, and it said, she's got goodness, your daughter's got goodness. Angels only see the good in you. And the affirmation she has is, I am worthwhile.
Wow. And you just chose that at random from those children?
While I was waiting.
Shall we take more calls?